You're the singer in the movie. So if I sing, "This is our last goodbye."
Oh, because you're good at doing it. I can't
I hate
do
to
it.
feel the love between us dies.
God.
I can't remember that.
Did your Twilight experience turn out to be what you expected?
Oh, when I read it, it seemed like it was like it was a book that wasn't supposed to be published.
It was so long.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And we were shooting it forever.
If Edward was not a fictional character, you just met him in reality, you know, he's one of those guys who'd be like an axe murderer.
When he put the bare facts out, he tells I'd killed 40 or 50 people. And he's like, you really shouldn't. And I want to kill you so much. Every single day, every moment I'm with you, I desperately wanted to kill you. And she's like, I don't care. I love you. And it's like, well, there's definitely something wrong with her, and there's very obviously something wrong with me.
I was convinced that Stephanie was convinced she was Bella, and especially when she says, "Oh, it was based on a dream," and it's like, "Oh, I had this dream about this really sexy guy," and she just writes this book about it. It's like, this woman is mad.
Were you happy with your pay?
I don't know. Could have been better. My entire performance is based on having extreme discomfort having contact lenses in your eyes, just kind of like that the entire time. Alright, well, it's kind of a mixture of looking like slightly constipated and stoned. I mean, that's just quite easy to achieve.
He's like, what am I doing with this kid? I'm 108 years old.
There's a lot of books in the Cullen household, but know what to expect when you're expecting a half vampire child.
No, they look on Google Images. That was one of the funniest scenes I've ever had to do in my life. It's like, really? We're all like 300-year-old geniuses, and we just go, it's like, vampire baby, like, on Google Images. And, yeah, that was our research into it. It's like, I can't find anything!
For Rob, is that correct?
Rob,
our pets?
anything.
Anything. What do you think of our pets, actually?
I would like to break the hands and mouth of the person who came up with it.
Which one of your coworkers helped to make your Twilight experience the most rewarding?
Oh, I can't think of anything. I would say SK2 face packs.
Millions of Twilight fans out there just cannot wait to see this. It's very almost heartbreaking because they don't want it to be over.
Yeah.
It's a little bittersweet, isn't it? For them. Yeah.
But, you know, just being here, I mean, the fans, they're still waiting out in line because they just love it so much. And this is the last time that they'll do this, at least for a Twilight film. I mean, how does that feel?
No, it's crazy. I mean, I'm genuinely curious what they'll go on to, because it's like a huge... I mean, it becomes a big part of people's lives. Like, especially, like, the fandom have kind of made friends with each other, and they made their own community and stuff. So, I don't know, hopefully... They'll start making their own Twilight movies after, as like a spin-off.
Well, the great thing about Twilight was that it gave you fuck you money.
Not even that. I mean, even before Twilight, I was doing weird stuff. And to be honest, I always saw Twilight's pretty weird. It's like, it's really just the kind of the marketing that made it mainstream. I mean, if you look at any interview I did about any of it, I would be pushing the chewing through placenta, like any element which I could make gross. Like push and push and push it to the front. But you know, you can't compete one guy against the whole marketing department going like, oh, it's a romantic odyssey, it's beautiful. Like, no, it's disgusting. But
well, now we know what your taste really is.
Any movie I'm in, I try and make it art house.
I went to a very, very strict school, and then I got expelled from it, and I went to...
What did you get expelled for?
Never actually said this before.
I'm curious. Like that's so that's kind of cool.
I was it's funny. I've never actually. I was like stealing porno magazines, selling them at school, and then
Everything was sex with you.
Man, you're a sexed up guy.
But like no one knew at all what to do with them.
Was it like a private school, she private school?
Yeah, and I'd sell them for a lot of money, and then
what magazines were you into?
I was everything. I mean, when I got caught for it, it was when because I used to go in and like take like one or two and then put them in my bag. But I was in my school uniform when I was doing it. So it was kind of risky.
Right.
And then
what a great business.
But then at the end, I got so cocky that I would take the entire rack.
Oh dear!
And you got caught.
And I got caught, and the guy.
You got caught stealing the magazines, or you got caught distributing them and selling.
I got caught stealing first of all, and then I was so cocky about it when I remember the guy who worked in the store shouting, like, "Hey!" And then my two friends ran off.
Great.
And I turned around, I'm like, "What?" And then I walked back up to him, and the zip, I hadn't zipped up my bag. And it was the day, it was the post office as well, this place. And
this is like your new movie. You're the worst criminal in that new movie. I was shocked how bad a criminal you were. And you were a bad, shitty criminal back then.
Yeah. But basically, it was like all these old people were getting their pensions in the post office.
What a brilliant idea. Yeah. So the old people are getting their pensions.
They're all lining up, and this guy is like pulling all these porno magazines. And it's when porn used to have like VHS tapes, like in the plastic sheet with it. And he's pulling all these things out. I was sitting there like absolutely humiliated. All the old people are looking at me disgusted.
Did he call the cops?
Well, he was saying he wanted to call the cops, and he's like, "It's either your parents or the cops." And I was like, "I could just don't call the cops, call my parents." And then like I was trying to make up a lie of where I lived and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, you are a bad criminal.
It was terrible. I literally got given maybe a house like next door neighbor house.
But what a nice guy. He gave you a choice at least. The cops or your parents.
Yeah, but then he went to the school afterwards. I mean, it was kind of, but basically about a couple of days later, it just everything fell down. Like basically every single one of my friends snitched on me. Like, I mean, literally across the board.
You know, it's so funny. If we had only known each other back then, I used to get so much free porn. I could have supplied you if we had a nice profit built.
But in the beginning, people sometimes single out somebody that they like, and they become, like a super fan. Have you ever had any of that before this general adoration?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if it was a super fan. I mean, I was doing this film playing Salvador Dali in Spain, and there was this one girl who was kind of waiting outside my apartment every single day, and I was so chronically bored that just one day she'd been out there for about 3 weeks, and they said, "Hey, do you want to just go to dinner or something? I mean, no one else wants to hang out with me." And I went,
"High flattery indeed for the young lady."
Her parents had a restaurant. She took me to the restaurant.
Oh,
and,
that's nice.
Yeah, and I kind of complained about everything in my life for about 2 hours. And then she gave me the bill at the end. Right. I had to pay for it. And then was never back outside my apartment ever again.
Yeah, exactly. All right, tell us what happened with the dog now. So there's this big dog in the movie.
There's a big dog, and there was actually, sadly, a different dog, which was cast, who is this big dog's son, but it died, like, just before. Well,
oh.
But anyway, but it's
So it never got his big break. Never got a chance to see himself.
Yeah.
So never got a chance to pee on a red carpet.
Yeah. So Mufasa, who is a kind of one-eyed, who was the father, and that was huge, huge dog. There was initially this scene. I don't think I should say this, but it's like my character Connie has this affinity with dogs, and he thinks he thinks he is a dog in a previous life, and he thinks he has control over animals and stuff. And there's this one scene which we shot, which was basically there's a drug dealer who busts in to the room, and I was sleeping with the dog and basically giving the dog a and we were asking
that was what you the actor Robert Pattinson were doing, or that's what the character was doing?
It was a character thing, but I asked the trainer, like, because we were like, the director was like, "Just do it for real, man. Don't be a And then the dog's owner was like, "Well, he's a breeder. I mean, you can. I mean, you just got to massage the inside of his thighs." That's literally like, I was like,
Wow.
"You just massage the, you just massage the inside of his thighs." But then I didn't agree to do the real one, so we made a fake red.
You
rocket.
made a fake dog penis?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, Hollywood is a great place,
Yeah.
folks. It really is. Like, if you get a chance to send your kids to film school. Very good to see you.
How's it going? Good to see you.
You know, I was just talking to a guy in the audience who's a substitute teacher in Las Vegas. Do they have substitute teachers in England? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Like they come in for one day while the teacher's home pretending to be sick?
Actually, yeah, there was. I actually bullied one of them into leaving by locking her in a cupboard.
In a cupboard?
Yeah.
Really?
Until she cried. She was literally crying. It was the first day.
What grade were you in?
12. I mean, a lot of people locked her in the cupboard, though. It wasn't just...
A lot of people...
on the same day.
Do you say a lot of people locked her in the cupboard at once, or each day she got...
All at once.
I see, all at once.
Yeah.
You guys pushed her in the cupboard?
And locked it.
Locked her in there.
Yeah.
What prompted that horrible deed?
I don't actually remember that, but I was...
And then did everybody leave the class and she was in the empty room in the cupboard?
I was just saying, stay quiet.
You know, we have this, we imagine that, you know, English kids are, you know, like, we see like the prince's children and we think, oh, they're all like that. They're wearing like knickers and little knee socks and behaving beautifully. But the truth is, wow, the truth is very different, isn't
Do
it?
people say knickers in America?
No, we don't, but I thought you did.
Yeah, no, yeah. Knickers is a good one. I like knickers.
Is that not a thing?
No, yeah, I like to refer to my own
Okay,
as
all right,
knickers.
good.
We're just going to keep showing shirtless shots of you over and over and over again.
Can we go on a Rob up there? He has a nice little shirtless scene.
Yeah.
He's got a couple.
I like to do.
What?
That was the wrong place.
I was trying to get a nipple. That was always that.